and even and also show that by the way, the fact that it's transparent doesn't in itself is a comfort, because if you know something happened but you have no way of finding out who did it and where they went, right, then it's limited. However, I think actually today law enforcement globally sees the blockchain as their friend. The largest recovery of funds in the history of the United States Department of Justice was the Bitfinex arrests and recovery of funds, right? It's a hack that happened. If the Bitfinex hack was around $71 million in Bitcoin that were hacked a long time ago. So Bitcoin was worth much less than. In 2021, the DOJ published an announcement that they were able to recover these funds. By then, they were worth $4.1 billion, making it the largest recovery of funds. And one of the most fascinating things about it is that if you look at the judge's decision, if you look at some of the documentation, they're praising the blockchain. They're saying these criminals tried to launder the money through thousands of transactions across multiple blockchains. Ultimately, they couldn't make it disappear. Now, that is not always the case. Obviously, now there's a really, really big effort, to follow the money and make sure that it doesn't get turned into cash. And it's a bit harder when the Bitfinex was a couple of small time criminals from New York. When you're dealing with a very sophisticated hacker apparatus like the Lazarus Group or North Korea, it's different. But the bottom line is that the law enforcement really increasingly are seeing the blockchain as their friend, but there are still a lot of challenges. It happens more, just to summarize by actually answering your question, Anson, it happens proportionally, it's high in digital assets, but it's much, much higher on an absolute level in traditional finance. And a lot of these issues are addressed, but not resolved properly.